Hello everybody. So we are going to connect and use this device, which is called a potentiometer. Electronically, it is a variable resistor. You can think of it like a dimmer switch or a dial, because the variable resistance goes from 0 at 1 when you turn all the way one direction to max when you turn it the other direction. Which side is 0 and which side is max depends on how you plug your voltage and your ground into these outside pins. So it doesn't really matter. It just depends on if you want to turn clockwise, all the way clockwise for 0, or all the way counterclockwise for 0 kind of thing. Yes, I know I have 4 wires here. It's because I don't like taking them apart. So one of the outside needs to be power, voltage. Well, the other one needs to be ground, and then the middle one is signal. So I'm using red for voltage and brown for ground and yellow for signal. Now, this is an analog input. It goes from 0 to some number, and that number is going to be a power of 2. It could be 256, so it goes 0 to 255. It could be 0 to 512, or 511 actually. It could be 0 to 1024, 1023 actually. And you need to figure that out. So that's why I have hooked up already an OLED, so I can get, so I know what it reads. Now I know what it reads, but this is something you should do, is connect the display. Now you could just use the scrolling numbers on the microbit. I don't love those, but you could do that. I got to plug this in now. There's only 3 places to plug in an analog device. Analog 0 to some number, digital 0 or 1. Only pins 0, 1, and 2 for me, because I don't get all the pins, are analog. I think pin 10 is also analog, but I don't have a pin for pin 10 here. So we've got to go, I'm going to go pin 0. Signal, power, ground. All right. Okay. And there's that. And here's this. And let's turn it on, because I already have the code on it for doing this. And so let's show. I don't know if you can, let me turn the light off, so we can see us better. Now I have it refreshing every half second. That's partly why the flicker. And again, the flicker is also refresh rate. So as I turn the dial, I'm going to get some different numbers. And the important thing to know is what's our max number. So our max number is 1023. That's important to know. And then why did it go back? Oh, it went back to 0 because for some reason power fell out. Keeping your cables in is always an important thing, right? Cable management. Always important. Now, if I flip my power and my ground, it's just going to happen the other direction. Again, clockwise, counterclockwise kind of things. That's all that'll happen. Yes, I know that orange one's being a pain. I just don't like ripping all mine apart and having a bunch of singles. All right, so that's what's happened. Now if I turn it that way, I should go up. Okay. So now let's go to the code. Again, I've already just have the code for this. I brought in an OLED. I made sure it was zoomed so it was big. And I told it to put the analog number to show the analog on pin 0. Again, analog is pin 0, 1, or 2. I guess they're saying 3, 4, and 10 also. Oh yes, 3, 4, 10. I don't have 3, 4, or 10. And then these are right only. So why is it important to know the value that we go to? Well, why would we use a dial? My first thought for dial is mixing red, green, and blue. That's why I included 3, is that you could change the values of the red, green, and blue on a neopixel. Oh, well, let's play with neopixels. We always play with neopixels, right? All right. Wukong, I just throw that up there because it has neopixels. We're going to add some neopixels. I'll leave the OLED. Where am I going to plug my neopixels into? I'm going to plug them into 14. Signal. I know, you know how to plug these in. Power and ground. Oh, come on. Sometimes they don't like to stay plugged in, which is the pain. All right. All right, so neopixel strip at pin 14. I've only got 5 OLEDs. I mean, that's fine if I just leave that there, right? That's not a big deal. Oh, these are also, they're backwards. All right, I'm just going to use it as a dimmer switch for now. But again, you could change, bar graph. You could change, where are we at? That's what I'm going to use, brightness. But I want to show you the other thing. Again, here we go. I can mix red, green, and blue. So if I put that to like an analog on 0, analog pin 1, analog pin 2, I can mix my red, green, and my blue with my potentiometers. Speed of a motor, angles on a servo. Again, that's what matters. You got to understand what value you have coming in. I'm going to set board brightness to 250. No, it's not going to be 255. Board. Oh, strip. Strip. Okay. And it can't be. I'm bringing in 0 to 120, 1023. So I need to do some math here. So I need to come down here to my pins, grab my analog read pin, and if I just stuck it in there, it's going to go 0 to 1023, right? And that would be really strange because it would like go off and then back on again. So because it would do 255 4 times in getting up to 1023. I need some math. Where's my math? There's my math. I need to take my analog read on pin 0 and divide it by 4 to drop in so that the numbers come in only 0 to 255, basically. And then let's throw a little pause in there. Okay. Let's get my microbit. So there's lots of reasons to use a dial. Again, it takes three cables. You want to know what the value you need to get out and what the value you have coming in. We have 1023, 1024 coming in, so we need to divide it by 4 because we only want 0 to 255 coming out. All right. Let's go back to the camera. Did I tell? I don't remember. Did I tell my neopixels to do something? I don't think I did I? I didn't, did I? No, I didn't. I just said set brightness. I'm sorry. Let's go back here. Neopixels. Let's do something. Show. We have to show, actually. Show something, right? Set the brightness, but don't tell it to do anything, and that would not work very well, would it? Because we're not showing anything. And again, I no longer need my OLED here. I'm just leaving it in. My main thing here is to use the dial to dim the neopixels. All right. plug back in. We're going to show red, but now I'm going to turn the dial. I don't remember which way. And as you can see, as I turn it, they dimmed down to 0 when I got all the way over there. I'll turn them back up. And here's where you have to play with the pause and how quickly you want it to respond. My OLED is reading 400 something. Now I'm at 600. I'm at 900. Boom, there's full 1023. Dimming down. You know, how quickly you want it to react is where you start playing with pauses. There you go. So that's how you connect a potentiometer. It comes with a little clip-on dial thing too. I don't play with those much. It takes 3 wires. I use socket to socket. And you have to plug it into an analog pin, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 10. I only have 0, 1, and 2 available on this. So figure out why you want to use a dial and use it.